Little Nemo is absolutely incredible. To think that this was made in 1911. This is a real masterpiece. This is the first animation from Winsor McCay and is generally considered to be one of the very first animated films of all time. And he created this animation out of characters from his comic strip Little Nemo in Slumberland, which was a popular comic strip at the time. And it's very much inspired by the flipbook approach to to moving image. And Winsor McCay realized that he could do something similar by replicating images thousands of times over. And we get introduced to these various characters. I had to do a bit of research surrounding the characters themselves because I'd never read Nemo in Slumberland. I had no idea who these characters were, but the character we first meet is called Flip, and I love how the second character is introduced. The second character basically falls from the sky in tiny fragments, these little blocks that all build up to create this character. I mean, that was unnecessary. The amount of detail that would have gone into having to make all of those different blocks fall one at a time is such great attention to detail, and it wasn't necessary, but it is absolutely fabulous. And then we get to see, of course, Little Nemo as a character, and then the narrative progresses a little bit, and there's a dragon, which is I wasn't expecting a dragon to appear in this. And then we have the characters Flip and Impy, who are following this dragon, and things go wrong. And I won't say any more about the narrative, to be honest. I don't want to completely spoil how it develops and ends, because maybe you're a fan of Little Nemo as it is, and you know more about the characters than I do. But as an introduction to the characters, I found the narrative to be quite interesting, and I wasn't quite sure where it was going to end up. But what McKay did with this was really play around with the animation. There's this particular sequence of images where it looks like they're in front of a funhouse mirror, and their bodies are changing shapes constantly, and he's really playing about with showing how the characters can move around in different ways, and it's so smooth and so fluid, and everything is just so gentle. Not completely. There is a little bit of choppiness here and there, but for 1911, I can't even imagine how long it would have taken him to draw these images again and again. Apparently, it was around about 4,000 drawings. I don't know if that exact figure is hit, but I believe it was. And it's pretty remarkable. It really is. 1911, absolutely fantastic. The actual drawings themselves aren't that amazing. I've seen other illustrations from Winsor McCay, and he was absolutely fantastic illustrator, but these were a little bit more rough around the edges. But considering the sheer volume that he was doing on his own, I think that's completely acceptable. The animation is very, very good, to say the very least. And as an early example of animation, it's utterly fabulous. I think it's absolutely brilliant how far technology has come today, but even to think of what he could do at the time. Apparently he'd tested things on a device similar to a mutoscope to make sure the animation would move correctly. These were all drawn on rice paper, and the quality is just amazing. If you're a fan of animation and are interested in the history of animation, definitely check out Winsor McCay's early work, but specifically Little Nemo as well, because it's just an absolute delight.